Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. So this reading is going to be for the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We're going to be looking at the divine feminine as well as the divine masculine. We're going to look at the overall energy for your connection, any potential blockages, and we're going to be clarifying with tarot. At the end of the reading, we're going to look at any oracle messages that Spirit has for you, any advice or any last messages that could be helpful for your connection. So remember that this reading is general. So if it does not fit, if it does not resonate, please do not force the shoe to fit. There will be more readings to come. So let's see. Let's jump right in. Water signs. Let's start with the feminine, the divine feminine energy. I want to tap in to see what you're currently feeling towards your person. What is currently going on with the divine feminine? Now this could be where you are the water sign, and you could be, or you could be dealing with a water sign. So again, place yourself where you fit, okay? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Any comments? I love it when people comment on the videos because it lets me know how it resonates. So let's see for the divine feminine water signs, or divine feminine who's dealing with a water sign. What is the divine feminine currently feeling towards her divine masculine? All right, so someone might be ready to dip out of this connection, like you're tired of a certain situation. There could have been some arguments, or there were things that were said that either you're not very proud of, or there could be a little bit of like like bitterness right now, something that possibly happened in the past and you haven't released it or let it go. And there could be some sort of like distance or separation between you and your person. All right, Spirit, what is the divine feminine's energy towards her masculine? So we got the lust energy here, and it came out in the reverse. So you or your person could definitely not be feeling, you could definitely not be feeling your person right now. You could not find yourself attractive. There could have been some arguments where you're like keeping your distance. That's causing for you to keep your distance from this person. You possibly felt like your person was non-committal, and all they wanted to was to have sex, and you want something more than just this sexual energy between the two of you, right? Like you're wanting more than just a superficial connection. You're wanting to get a little bit deeper. But you cannot deny that the intensity or the energy that you have, the chemistry that you have, between you and your person, is undeniable. Like you are very attracted to this person, but it almost felt like it wasn't getting past, or it wasn't going any deeper than just sex. And you're ready to commit, right? You want something that's a little bit more in depth, like you're ready to build with somebody. You possibly grew like bored of the situation where it just became like just very sexual, like you just were just tired of being viewed as like a sexual object, because that you have a lot more to offer than just sex. And it almost feels like your person was giving you like mixed signals. Like one moment they would open up, one moment they were ready to take things to a higher level of commitment, but then it's almost like they would just shut off, pull away, and or like their emotions were blocked off. What's the divine feminine energy towards her masculine? So we have time here. There could be a timing factor. You possibly met each other during a difficult time where there are things that your person could be having to figure out. There could be and things that are delaying this connection from moving forward. Um, I also feel like your person could have been dealing with a difficult past that has them that has made it a little, it has made it difficult for them to open up. to want to go any deeper with anyone, right? It's like they've drawn, like, they have their boundaries up due to a connection or to a commitment or somebody that was that they were tied to, that possibly left them hurt and disappointed. So with you, it's almost like, the emotions, they see that you are, you know a more complex individual. You're someone that has more to offer, and they understand that you're wanting more. They see that you're wanting more, but they are still very much so um emotionally unstable. Like, they're not ready to offer you anything that goes any deeper than surface level. And this is because of any something that happened to them or something that they experienced in the past. It also feels like right now you're in this like stalemate energy. Like, you feel like you've been waiting for this person to, to open up. And it's like they take, it's like they do tend to give you, it feels like they do open up to a certain extent, but then there are times where they start to pull away. And it makes you, it makes you feel like these cycles that your person goes through, it emotionally affects you, right? Like, it one minute you guys are fine, the next minute your person is pulling away. What is the divine feminine's energy towards her masculine? So we have second chance here. You do want to somehow work things out with your person. It's like you do see the potential of this relationship, and you understand that detaching, or it's almost like, when your person pulls away, you allow them to pull away. It's not like you're chasing after them, but you are wanting to open up, or possibly make plans to, create a new beginning with your person. You could also, if this is not now, this could be in the future, but you could also be considering moving in with your person. I'm picking that up with this window here. I don't know why I got that, but you could be trying to make amends with your person. And then once you do, the conversation of moving in together might be a topic of discussion. But you do want to give your person a second chance, right? You are open to giving this person a second chance. I don't feel like you've closed the door completely and moved on, even though you have detached from this connection to a certain extent. I don't feel like you've completely removed them or completely disconnected from them. I feel like you may have shut the door, but you left the window open for them to come, for them to come through. They if they still want to pop up, right? I'm thinking of was it Mr. Rogers' neighborhood where he would pop in the, I don't know, it was something where he would pop up with that window. I don't know. But um yeah, I do feel like you're still, you're open to making amends. You're open to giving this person a second chance. Even though they have, drifted, you guys have drifted apart. It's almost like your intuition is telling you that there is something here that's not done between the two of you. There's like this inner knowing. I also feel like you guys um may communicate through, telepathy. I feel like you guys still communicate in that sense, even though you're not uh, actually talking or communicating with each other at the moment. I also feel like your person may be seeing signs that really reminds them of you. So it's hard for them to completely detach as well. All right, now let me tap into the divine masculine. Then we're going to get back with tarot to kind of clarify what these energies are, okay? So, for the divine masculine, Spirit, what are they currently feeling towards the divine feminine? Yeah. So your person is in between, they're wondering if they should let this go completely. They're feeling like they need to just end things with you. They may feel like they need to move on, or they feel like you're done, you know, you're, because they feel like you're detaching as well, they may feel like you're completely done with them, like you're like, you know what, I'm over it, I'm not gonna keep doing these cycles with this person. I also feel like your person right now is wanting to detach again because of their emotions, right? Because they are in this emotion, they're so emotionally unstable, that they realize this, right? They do recognize this about themselves, and I feel like they're not trying to hurt you. I feel like they're not trying to disappoint you, and that's why they keep their distance. But the chemistry and the passion that they feel towards you, it's like they can't deny it. It's like they have like this fire burning inside of them, where it's like, as much as they try to put it out and say goodbye and say, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing this, or treat I feel like they come back, they leave, they come back, they leave, or they may, they go a few days without texting or calling, and then they randomly pop up because they know, like, there's this pull towards you. There could be also where they're having difficulty leaving their bachelor life behind. It's almost like they've enjoyed um like this free spirited energy, like they like to run these streets whenever they feel like it and not have to explain to anyone why. They also could be tied to people who have that mentality where, it's like, I don't know why I just heard the three amigos. Like, there's, a group of friends, single men who, run the streets together. And it's almost like, well, I don't know if I'm ready to leave my group of friends or this lifestyle that I've been living. But they cannot deny, or they cannot ignore what they feel towards you. So, what is this energy spirit that divine masculine is feeling towards the divine feminine? Yeah, they're purifying, they're cleansing their energy. So they could have pulled away because they're trying to heal, they're trying to purge anything that they know that no longer belongs, right? They could be trying to see, or understand what it is that they're feeling towards you. It's almost like they are wondering, like, how the hell I feel like they've had other connections where they were able to just disconnect and move on and not have a care in the world. It was just disconnecting. But I feel like with you, they're starting to realize, like, damn, like, I can't just disconnect. Like, it's almost like the universe is constantly reminding them of you and the connection that they have with you. So it's very hard for them to um remove this energy, or remove these experiences, or these thoughts that come in or they pop up, because the universe is not letting them. It's almost like, okay, you can try to run as much as you want, but we're going to remind you of this person until you reach your breaking point. And I feel like they they've disconnected, and during this period where they're not speaking with you, or in contact with you, it's almost like they're being forced to clean or cleanse the energy, or cleanse people, places, or things that they no longer belong in their life. It's like they're purging, they're removing, they're adjusting. With the birds here, I do feel like there could be some sort of move or something that they may have to leave behind. And, transformations and changes tend to be very uncomfortable. And sometimes, you know, we do as individuals pull away when we're going through changes that we are not aware of. Because we're in the storm, right? Because we're in the storm, that we almost feel like we need to go through those changes on our own, because we don't know what the hell is going on. So I feel like that's why your person is pulling away at the moment. If you guys are in no contact, I feel like they've reached, their final straw, their breaking point, where they know and realize that um why you've come into their life, why you've come into their world, why they're being reminded of you over and over again. It's almost like you've shown them what it is to be a family or provide security, and not in the sense of, financially, but it's almost like they feel like you're home to them, or you could be home to them. Like um you could build a home for them in a sense where, they're the wage earners, they're the protectors, they're the ones that bring home the food, but you're the one that's going to cook the food, you're the one that's going to build that, create that house that they've worked so hard to buy or purchase, but you're going to turn that house into a home. And then I feel like they're starting to realize this. So if your person has been avoiding you in any way, shape, or form, I feel like in during this period of separation, it has caused them some sort of pain, to know that they've left you out in the cold, because you haven't done anything but, keep them warm, or show them warmth, and they've repaid you with the complete opposite. All right, let me see one more spirit for the divine masculine. What are they currently feeling towards the divine feminine? Yeah, there's still illusions, confusion. They're still trying to figure it out. Like I said, your person is really trying to work through all their emotions right now. They have a clouded judgment. Your person may be a smoker. They may smoke, especially if they're stressed out. They're trying to desensitize, or trying to ignore their feelings, but they know that they're gonna have to purge, or they're getting ready to remove whatever is causing this confusion or this unbalanced energy within them, this clouded judgment, because they're reaching their limit, their breaking point. I feel like they've realized what they could have with you, and they understand that in order to have you, there are certain things that they're gonna have to get rid of. All right, let's get some tarot. Let's get some tarot to clarify these energies. um, I do want to get what this lust energy is, spirit, for the divine feminine. The current energy towards the divine masculine. Someone could have really long hair, curly, wavy hair. It could be blonde. You could be thinking about dyeing your hair blonde. All right, angels, spirits, and guides, can you clarify what this lust energy is for the divine feminine? What are you currently feeling towards the divine masculine? Something happened, or something came to light. It was like a sudden change here. That either you changed something, there was something suddenly changed with your energy. I feel like you finally put your foot down in this, this pushed your person to go in a different direction, or look at this connection a little bit differently. And it almost feels like it pushed them into this, I don't want to say heartbreak, but disappointment. Like there's this heavy storm of emotions that is really going in, within your person. And they're having to, as much as they've tried to turn their back towards their emotions, um, they're having to face them head on. And it's because you put your foot down here, or you said something to them where it pushed them or caused them to have to grow up, in a sense, right? Like it was the breaking point of something here. What is this lust energy? So we have the Nine of Swords. So right now it does feel like you are also in your head, right? Like you've um if you are blaming yourself, divine feminine, as to why your person has pulled away, don't. If you felt like you needed to put boundaries up, you did what you were supposed to do and what your intuition called you to do, even though it does hurt, even though you are feeling a sense of sadness or loneliness because you're not hearing from your person, do not blame yourself. If you are showing up as a genuine person who wanted to build something with this person, and if that's how they showed up as well, and something shifted along the way, and then your person stopped showing up in that, and they didn't fulfill what they told you that they wanted to build with you, then and you've put your boundaries up, there is nothing wrong with that. You did exactly what you were told by your intuition to do. And yes, it does haunt you, it does make you feel like you're you're the one that pushed this person away, but in reality, anyone or anything that belongs in your life will be part of your life. Whatever is meant for you won't pass you by. So even though you're maybe in this nine of swords energy where you're finding yourself like being in your head a lot, or you may be experiencing a lot of anxiety or despair, maybe nightmares, wondering what your person is doing, if they're talking to anybody else, you know don't be. Sometimes you have to put your foot down. Sometimes you have to draw the line and say, I want more. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with wanting more, unless you are on the same type of time where you want this to just be, friends with benefits, a little fuck buddy, then go for it. But if that's not what you're wanting, then don't blame yourself for moving the way you would want someone else to move, in a sense where if I'm giving you more of myself because I know what I have to offer, and all you're getting is breadcrumbs, then yes, you do have to draw the line here. You do have to place your own value on yourself. Self-worth is important, and even though it may not feel good sometimes because you want something to work out, um sometimes you just have to let go what doesn't belong. And this could be a timing factor. This could just be something that it's just not ready. Is not ready at the moment. What is this time energy for the divine feminine? Yeah, I feel like with the time energy, we got justice. So there are things that are balancing out, right? There's good karma here on the way. So although you may be in your head right now, there are things from the past that are having to, that are being sorted out on your end and on your person's end, right? So it may feel like, you're in a place where you're ready to start a connection, you're ready to move on, but there's still things that are lingering in your energy, that it's requiring the time, right? It's requiring the distance, it's requiring the silence, right, between you and your person, because you each are handle either you could be going through or handling things with the justice system or legal matters here, and adding another person into the situation could just add a little bit more stress, right? It can add more stress. It can add some more to your plate that you don't necessarily need at the moment. And vice versa. There could be something that your person is going through, and it doesn't have to be, in the 3D world. It could just be karma that both of you are having to deal with and clear out from your past here with the Six of Cups, right? Things that may have come up, or things that are coming up to the surface now, where you're having to deal with them, with having to deal with these things in order to move forward in a new connection with integrity, with equity, with truth, where you're both showing up equally energetically, as well as in the 3D world, where if I'm showing up with all this baggage, you don't want your person to show up with all this baggage, because all you're going to do is have a lot of shit together that is only going to end up pulling you guys backwards, or down, right? Rather than where you both are showing up with good karma, where you're both in this harmonious or balanced energy, then you guys get to enjoy each other on a different level, where you don't have the stresses of any past situations lingering into your new connection. So things I feel like are balancing out. I feel like you are also, you're very much so focusing on building this life of just a balanced life, right? Like knowing when it's okay to put the work down and have a little bit of fun, or knowing when, just knowing not to overdo anything, and learning when it's time to just let go or put something down and then come back to it later. I feel like that is something that you're learning to do as well, divine feminine. Okay, what is this justice energy? Let me get another one for the justice. Yeah, the high priestess. Your intuition is telling you that, you're right now, this is a time for you to balance yourself out in a way where you're learning to quiet, or let everything else in your outer world quiet down, so that your intuition can speak to you louder. I feel like you could be a spiritual teacher here. You're someone that's very um in in touch with your intuition. I feel like you could, your psychic energy as well could be um building or getting stronger during this time that you're not necessarily connected to your person. If you're a person, or if you're someone, if you're psychic or a medium, or you're just very much so like connected to your higher self. If you're a person who is very empathetic, sometimes we tend to pick up the energy of others, especially those we are romantically connected to, or even just having sex with, right? We tend to pick up those energies, and sometimes it's difficult to go and decipher, right, who's who, or whose energy it belongs to who, right? You may be feeling perfectly fine one day, but then the next day you're feeling tired, or angry, or anxious, or it like you may feel like this fucking roller coaster of emotions, and you can't explain why. And sometimes it has to do with, not because you're going through something, but because it's your person who you are connected to sexually, romantically, in any way. um you're picking up their energy, and it confuses the hell out of you when you don't know what or who belongs to you, right? What energy belongs to you. So I feel like right now you're learning what your energy on your own looks like. You may be spending a lot of time just in isolation and introspection. You're spending a lot of time in stillness, just to understand your own abilities, your own intuition, your own psychic abilities. You're learning how to balance those yourself out energetically. So this time that you're spending apart with your person is not only teaching them a lesson. There is not. I feel like they're doing healing as well. But you guys are doing it in your own respective ways. So I like that. It's like you could both, guys are both putting the energy into your own personal growth. What is the second chance for the divine feminine? What is the second chance? Okay, the King of Wands showed up. So you are allowing this King of Wands. You wouldn't mind giving this King of Wands a second chance here. I do feel like you're open to offering your cup of love to them. I feel like you are at a point where all your wishes are coming true. Your material success is fine. You're materially successful. You have abundance. You are someone who, you're finding happiness and enjoyment in your day to day. You know, your I feel like all your fantasies and your desires, everything is just coming together for you, especially during this time where you're allowing, or you're pouring into yourself. And I feel like that's what's attracting your masculine towards you. I feel like that's exactly what's luring them or pulling them towards you. And you're fine with that, right? You're okay with this person coming back, so long they come back with the intention of going a little bit deeper than this non-committal energy that they've been on. Now the King of Wands does tend to be the king that, um I don't want to say non-committal, but they're very fiery, right? They could be they could move off of like that passion and desire that they have. They're very extroverted. They're someone who does like to take action towards what they want, and they won't stop until they get it, right? But I feel like here with the King of Wands showing up, and with the second chance being in your energy, I feel like you're, as long as your person is willing to take the action and put forth the effort um to build something and be honest and be, show that they're passionate about this connection with you, then you're willing to open up with them, you're willing to make plans and build something with them. Let me get one more for the King of Wands. Yeah, with the Ace of Wands. So your person could be very sexual here. Your person may be wanting to come in and just let it all out, show you that they're ready to move forward. There's a lot of passion here between the two of you. So it could be difficult. Like the sexual energy is like intense between the two of you, right? But I feel like your person is ready to go on this this new venture with you, to build something new here with you. They do see the opportunities or the potential that this connection has. So they're wanting to come in, and build this new beginning with you. They're definitely coming in with their wand though. So if you guys have not been talking and there has been distance between the two of you, there could be a lot of passionate sex coming towards you. It could be. But I see where you're going to be standing your ground. Like you're showing up as the Empress here at the bottom of the deck. I do see the 8 of Swords though. So you're you may be a little bit put off in the beginning. You may be a little bit closed off, even though you're in, deep down you're like, okay, yes, I do want this man, yes, I do want to jump his bones right now. But I do see where you're gonna stand your ground, right? Like you're gonna stand your ground. You're gonna say, well, this is what I want and this is what I'm looking for. Is this something that you're wanting, or do we just need to let it go? And I feel like your person is gonna have to really think about, how they're going to be moving forward with you. As much as they're showing up with this passion and this chemistry and this desire to move forward, you're going to be like, okay, sounds good, looks good, you smell good, I want to do you. But I feel like it's a big but. You're just I feel like it's a big but. Okay, I'm childish, but you know, you're not going to want to move forward unless this person is showing up with honest truth and equal energy, right? Balanced energy, just like you're putting in the work, so you're expecting for your person to do the same. So you may not have closed the door completely, but like I said, you definitely left the window open, so they can't come in through that front door anymore, I can tell you that. But if they want to jump through that window, they can go ahead and do the work. They can go ahead and do the work. But you're not budging, I can see that. Okay. All right, let's tap into this farewell energy for the divine masculine spirit. What is this farewell energy that the divine masculine is feeling towards the divine feminine? Your person could be really focused on work right now. So they're wondering, they're really asking themselves here with the 7 of Cups, what do I can hear, I feel like I can hear your person saying like, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, which direction do I go, I don't know what to do. And they're like going there's a lot of illusion and confusion here with your person. There could have, they could have other options, but none of them look as shiny as you, right? Like there could be other people. Your person could be someone who looks good, is very attractive, very charismatic, so they don't have any problems with attracting other people, or they could have other options, but they know that with you it's like top tier shit. Like they won't find anything like what you've been able to show them or give them. I also feel like they're in this clouded judgment, because they've been so focused on their finances and building, building their, either your person could be a businessman, or someone who runs their own business, someone who has been focusing on a certain skill or talent that they have. But since they've been exposed to you, it's almost like it created this sort of like confusion, because they didn't expect for this connection to be this deep. And now it's like, I feel like they had a set plan, or they had a, yeah, I feel like they had a set plan. But then you came in, and it's almost like it completely shifted or completely changed the direction that they want to head in. They're having to make a judgment call within themselves. Like, they're having to let old or parts of them just die, or close, like there's closures. They're having to say goodbyes to certain parts of them, and possibly to, these other options that they may have had. It's like they know that they're going to have to let go of anything, or any temptations, or anything that was causing confusion or illusions, whether it was other people that they were messing with or talking to or entertaining. This could be friends, it could be family, it could be, anything that's getting in the way of this connection, where they know that they cannot bring bring it forward, or bring it into this new chapter that they know that they're evolving. It's almost like they try to hold themselves back by lying to themselves. Like they try to suppress by either, I don't know, smoking or whatever it is. I do see, like I said, there's this cloud of stuff right there, and here is this cloud, person with the head in a cloud, clouds here. So there's a lot of clouded judgment here, and they're being called to, or they're being pushed to purify and remove, whether they want to or not. It's almost like the divine has stepped in and said, which way are you going to go, right? Which way are you going to go? This is what you have if you go this direction, and this is what you get if you go in this direction. And it's almost like they know which direction they need to go in, because they've been doing the same thing, expecting something different. So if they want something different, they know that they have to go in a new direction. And I feel like that new direction includes you. And I feel like they've been single. Maybe your person has been single for a while, or been in this single energy, a non committal energy for a while. That when you came across, it was almost like you exposed them to something deeper that they weren't ready for, or they thought they were ready for. But once they were in it, they may have gotten scared, and that's what caused them to pull away. Let me get a little bit more on the Seven of Cups. What's the farewell with the Seven of Cups? We got the Seven of Wands. You may be seeing 777 here. So your person has been, really been working on, um, I feel like they've been working on a project, or been working on something with work. They've been really trying to pour their energy into work, right? Like the more they work, the less they have to think about it. But that's not going to work for them anymore. Like that energy is gone, right? It's long gone here with this farewell energy. Like that's done, over with. We've reached the limit. We've reached the breaking point. And they've been in this victim mentality, where they feel like they've been stuck or restrained, or they can't move forward, or it's almost like their own fears and their own anxieties have kept them bounded, right? And now they're starting to see that they're the ones that are there in their own way, because you're offering something. I feel like you've been offering something to them that they wanted, right? Like I feel like they prayed for it, they asked for this, they wanted this, but they were not prepared to put in the work, or they weren't ready, or they didn't realize the changes that may have that come with what they've asked for, or what they prayed for. So they so the best thing they did was to pull away because they didn't want to ruin this with you, right? They didn't want to ruin this with you. So what is this purifying energy? The Star. So there's a lot of healing for sure. There's a lot of, I feel like your person is doing a lot of deep healing right now. So if you're wondering why your person has pulled away or what they're doing during this time, whether you guys are not, in communication, your person is really focusing on um their either their mental health or they're digging deep. I feel like they're really digging deep. There's this spiritual, I'm picking up this spiritual energy heavy with the Star and the purifying energy. I'm not sure if they're speaking to someone that they trust, maybe a therapist, a counselor, or just someone that they feel like they can go to where they know could help guide them. If this is not just, prayer, a lot of people can find deep healing within prayer, right? They don't necessarily need to reach out to a therapist or a counselor. Sometimes prayer is more than enough for some to be able to find their way or find the healing that they need. There's a sense of like this renewal energy where your person is releasing, again, they're saying their farewells to the things that they know no longer belongs, so that they can pour this new fresh energy into themselves and possibly into this new connection. But because I feel like they know that you've left the window open for them, I feel like they're going to come in real passionate here. They're going to come in ready to take action. So be ready. Be ready. They're really focusing on their finances though. Right now they're really wanting to, just have their I'm hearing have their bag up, get their bag up. You could be someone who is really you could be very stable on your own. If I'm speaking to the divine feminine, it's like you're stable on your own, you're able to get your own bag. But I feel like if this person, your masculine, wants to approach you with, if not the same that you may have, but more, they want to be able to do more for you. What is this illusions energy that the divine masculine is experiences? What is this illusions? Yeah, the 10 of Wands. So they've been holding, they're tired, they're exhausted, they've been holding a lot of shit on their own. They've been working and working and working, a little, little to no play. It's just all become so overwhelming. I really see your person trying to I don't know, smoke their life away or smoke their worries away, because they're towards like they're I can't talk. Maybe your person's not able to express themselves, but they've reached the breaking point, right? With the 10 of Wands and the 10 and this breaking point energy here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like they've reached the breaking point. As much as they try to ignore their emotions, they cannot anymore, right? They can't. They've reached that limit. They've realizing that everything that they've been doing on their own has gotten to a point where, okay, this is it. I've hit the cap. Like what's after this? What's there to do now? And that's what they're at. They're at a point where it's like, I cannot grow to where I want to get to if I'm going to continue to do this by myself. So they're starting to realize that they can't do life on their own, or even they may be able to do life on their own, but it's exhausting, right? Why do life on your own when you have someone or a divine feminine showing up wanting to pour into this connection equally, right? Equally and truthfully. If you don't have to, don't do it. Yeah, see, King of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles. So you guys are you're showing up as a true pair here, right? There's a huge turning point for the both of you. Both of you are getting, I feel like there is some karma that is getting worked out here. Whatever karma that is, whether it's good or bad, whatever you've put in is what you're going to get out, and same for your person. I feel like you both have really been working on your stability, on your financial building generational wealth, and you both are starting to realize that in order for you to get to the next level, you have to open up emotionally, because we weren't sent to do life alone, y'all. As much as there is this men ain't shit, women ain't shit, whatever energy out there now, where it's men bashing women, women bashing men. We're not meant to do life alone. We're not. We're really not. And the more we heal, the more we work through those that resentment that we may have picked up along the way, the more we realize that are not supposed to do life alone, right? We're definitely not. So I feel like that's where your person is reaching. They're realizing that if you give them a chance to have this new beginning with them, they're gonna take it. They're gonna take it. They're gonna move forward. They know that they're gonna have to go in a new direction to for them to get to their next level in their life. And you may already know that this, you may be aware of this, and you possibly even told your person, we're not supposed to do life alone. I'm here. We're here. We're supposed to, team, go team type shit. You know what I'm saying? You know? All right, let's look at the potential blockage. I do want to see what's blocking the relationship or this connection. The Magician. So with the Magician being the blockage, right? I feel like going back to knowing that you have everything you need to be able to manifest anything and everything you want, right? It's almost like you're aware of it, your person is aware of it, but there's fear here. There's fear holding someone back. And I feel like it's your masculine, right? I feel like you're masculine, and I feel like also time may be at play, or has some sort of play here where it's just everyone is on their own personal journey. So although you may realize that you have all the tools to manifest or make some shit happen in this connection, and you working together can, because I saw both the King and the Queen of Pentacles, it's almost like if you both are like a power couple, right? It's given power couple. You're gonna get to that next level working together, right? If you have to work together. And it's almost like the universe is saying you have all the tools, you have the right person in your life to make whatever it is that you want happen or bring into fruition, but you're ignoring it. Like you're not paying attention to it. You're not grabbing the tools that I have given you to manifest the plans that you've been trying to manifest, right? And I feel like it's just taking a little bit of strength and courage for your person to make that move and go into that new direction. It's almost like they're starting to realize, like, I'm only sitting here out in the cold because I want to, not because I'm being forced to. Okay, I do like this. I like this energy, even though you guys may not be in communication or in no contact at this moment. I like that the divine masculine is realizing that they need to work through their fears, and they're needing to say their goodbyes to all the, what if they have other options, or if there's anything that's causing any type of confusions or illusions. They are understanding that they need to purify, they need to cleanse this energy for them to reach, reach this higher level of stability or success here. I feel like you two could be, once you come together, there will be a sense of, I'm sensing heavy a power couple energy type, where the moment that you guys come together, there's going to be like you're going to ascend to the same energetic level, to where you're going to create, your creativity is just going to start flowing, the ideas, the love is going to push you guys to a level of wanting to build certain things that you may have never thought of on your own, right? Like it's just gonna, all the tools are just gonna come together. And I don't know what made me think of this, but I remember when I first got out of college, and this is very random, but it just makes sense. Um, I was broke as hell, right? I was broke as hell coming out of college, had moved back into my parents' house because I was looking for a job. This was during the what is it, the recession, and it was, coming out of college, no experience. Everybody wants fucking experience, but you're like, I'm a college student. How the fuck you want me to have experience? But I got a degree. Doesn't that count for anything? Well, it was during that time, right? Very little money. And one of my best friends was experiencing the same thing. She had just graduated college. And, sorry. And we would call each other every morning and we would be like, well, what are we going to eat for breakfast? Even though we were living at our parents' house, we didn't want to just be there eating up all their food, right? So we would call each other every morning and say, well, what are we going to eat for breakfast? She will say, I have pancake mix. And I'll be like, well, I have eggs. We would come to one of our houses, whether she would come to me, or I would go to her, and we would bring our shit together and we would have this bomb ass breakfast because we would bring personal um our own personal tools and ingredients that we had, right? And this is exactly what I'm picking up with the magician. It's almost like your person has certain tools, you have the other tools, and if you bring them together, you can make some shit happen. And I feel like with that being the blockage is that you're either you or your person are not realizing this. I feel like I'm picking up this for more so on your person because I see a lot of confusion on your person's end, or the divine masculine's end. Um, but with them healing and them doing the work, I feel like there's going to help them build this courage to move forward, to make some sort of move towards you, because I do see the Eight of Wands here. There's going to be some communication here after a period of no contact. So I love this energy, although it may not feel good right now, Divine Feminine, or whoever I'm speaking to. Um, it is, there is a time factor here. Don't put yourself on hold. I wouldn't recommend that. Don't put yourself on hold. Continue to do your own personal healing, your own personal, balancing of the scales, receive your good karma, get rid of the bad. And things are going to go in the direction they need to go in, especially here with the magician, right? You're aware of the tools that you have to offer that are in your tool bag. You're just, waiting to see who's going to have and realize that they have a toolbox too, right? So here we go. Let's see what spirit has for you. Let's get a relationship message from the wisdom of the oracle for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Can I get a relationship message for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please? You could also be dealing with a fire sign here: Aries, Leo, Sag, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. All the signs are here, honestly. Virgo. All right, let's see. What relationship message do you have for the water signs? Yeah, message. So expect for communication to come in soon, right? You did see that with the Eight of Wands here at the bottom of the other deck. We have chop wood. As I just said to you, continue to do you, right? Chop wood. Worry about the things I need to get done from the day to day. Clean up. Go out for a walk. Focus on your own hobbies. Let's see. It says, nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when, dang, why can't I read? When the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple, just to be present. Funny how it makes work to just funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. So, even though you and your person may have very limited contact, or you may be in no contact, I feel like your person may be coming in soon here with communication. Expect a message from them. They are working through their own things right now. They're all working through their own healing. They're going through a transformation. They're going through changes. They're saying goodbye to the things that no longer belong. So that can be a little bit uncomfortable for some. But continue to focus on your day to day. Continue to focus on what you got going on the things that you need to clear out, cleaning your space, cleaning, healing yourself. Um, don't push too hard, as that could just make things go the opposite direction. Also, don't chase after what doesn't want to stay, right? Don't chase after what's not chasing you. So allow for things to come to you. Be in this receptive energy. um yeah, be this in this open receptive energy. Keep the window open. If they want to pop up, they can go through that window and make, they can put in the work for that. Put in the work to get back inside. All right, so water babies, I hope that helped. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.